Being here, we will see you next time. Guys, thanks so much.
On the scene, on the story, News on 6 starts now.
Good evening. We begin with breaking news here at 5 o'clock from Washington County, where crews are right now battling a wildfire near the Sutton Avion Center.
News on 6's Annie Chang is on the scene. What are you seeing there, Annie?
Well, Craig and Lori, as soon as we pulled up to the scene a few minutes ago, we already got a warning from the fire officials here that when they tell us to leave, we need to leave immediately, if that's any indication as to how close this wildfire is. And you can see why they are worried. You can see that heavy smoke all around this area. Firefighters tell us they were able to save at least 2 buildings from being destroyed for now, but they say all the buildings here at the Sutton Research Center are threatened because that smoke is just so heavy. Visibility is at 0 right now, and the biggest issue, the wind keeps changing strength and direction. It's really keeping them on their toes. So not much firefighters can do at this point. They're getting some rest right now until they can start back up. They are calling in aircrafts to do some airdrops here. They're hoping that will help, but they tell us this is a fire that they've been battling for at least 3 days. Of course, we'll give you updates as we get them here on scene. Reporting live on the scene, on the story in Washington County, I'm Annie Chang, News on 6.
Firefighters say an arsonist may be to blame for a wildfire in Pittsburgh County that burned 6,000 acres and destroyed at least 9 homes.
News on 6 reporter Aaron Conrad is on the scene with an up-close look at that damage. Aaron?
Well, that's right, Craig and Lori, and you can see how smoky it is still in this area in Pittsburgh County, and firefighters are still putting out hot spots, much like the one you see behind me, a little flame and flare up right there. But the good news is they don't expect any large flare-ups, which is good news for folks who live here.
We've seen a spark hit that cabin and it just went poof.
Stacy Moon says he and his family are lucky to be alive after the fire nearly destroyed his property. Moon and a neighbor tried to protect their homes with garden hoses, but couldn't save everything. Moon's parents lived in a cabin behind his house. The only thing left now are ashes.
The people that was over here up on the hill, they said they couldn't even see us. There was so much smoke in here.
Moon says he and his neighbors evacuated, not sure if there would be anything left when they came back. He says he's thankful for the Forestry Service airplane that saved his home.
When the plane came in, he was dropping water down on my house. They said I had embers all on top of my house. It was on fire. And he was just dropping so much water that he actually knocked my drain pipes off. That's how much water was coming off there.
While looking at the damage, firefighters showed up to check on hot spots. Longtown Fire Chief Danny Choate says this is the worst wildfire he's fought in years, and he thinks someone started it.
We're actually going to try to find who did this, because this affected lots and lots of people.
Moon says he's thankful for the volunteers working around the clock to keep his family and others safe.
We got a heck of a fire company around here. They brought in I don't know how many different units from towns was in here, and I was sure glad they were here.
As for what he's going to do now, he says he'll keep going.
We're going to just start over.
And 3 people suffered smoke inhalation, but they are okay. And as a reminder, all of the firefighters here in this area are volunteer, and that means they don't get paid for what they do. They just do it for their community. On the scene, on the story, live in Pittsburgh County, I'm Erin Conrad, News on 6.
Osage Sky News 6 HD pilot Jim Gardner has more of our team coverage this evening with a look from the air of the damage caused by those wildfires in Pittsburgh County.
You're looking at the damage from that fire yesterday that started here east of Longtown on the east side of Lake Eufaula. This fire started just south of Highway 9, and due to the high winds, it quickly crossed Highway 9, moving to the north. Now, several homes were lost in this fire. Now, I've been told that about 6,000 acres have burned in this fire. Right now, OHP is up here mapping the area. They will have a better count at this time, but right now they're still using ATVs and bulldozers to hit the hot spots through here, but it looks like it's pretty much contained, but we'll keep you updated. Jim Gardner reporting live from Osage Sky News 6 HD. Back to you.
Another fire has burned more than 1,000 acres so far in a wildlife management area in Okmulgee County. The fire started over the weekend at a gun range west of Okmulgee. News on 6's Marty Casper is on the scene near the front line of the fire.
I'm standing at the entrance to the Okmulgee Wildlife Management Area. I'm about 6 miles west of the city of Okmulgee. Behind me, smoke is filling the air from a wildfire. Crews are working to try and keep that fire contained. Now, firefighters initially tried to use hand tools to stop the fire that started over the weekend, but their efforts were unsuccessful, and the fire spread to more than 1,000 acres of wooded area here on the wildlife management. The Oklahoma Forestry Services has a task force here that has set up a fire boundary along a rural road that surrounds this section of the wildlife management. They are doing what they call backfire, using the wind speeds and direction to intentionally set fires to burn up the fuel that is still in the fire's path.
That way we can patrol along these boundaries and make sure that there's no hot spots. If there's some snags that's on fire right close to the fire guards here, we can cut them down and take care of them.
No injuries or property damage has been reported. I have not yet been told what started the fire at the gun range. On the scene, on the story in Okmulgee County, Marty Casper, News on 6.
Right now, 4 Oklahoma counties, including Tulsa County, are under an air quality advisory because of the smoke from those wildfires burning down near Eufaula. The Department of Environmental Quality says the smoke is making the air unhealthy for some people. The advisory, by the way, also affects Osage, Rogers, and Washington counties.
And Tulsa police arrested these 3 people in a case of child abuse that's left a 2-year-old boy on life support. Police say he has a severe brain injury. News on 6 reporter Emery Bryan is live on that story for us this evening. Emery.
Well, Tulsa police say that a woman went to Hillcrest Hospital with an unresponsive 2-year-old and left without explaining what happened. It took some detective work for police to track down this woman who dropped off the injured child at the hospital.
The child was obviously very injured. She handed the baby off and said, "I need to go move my vehicle because I'm parked right out front."
But the woman left the hospital and the child behind. Police say she's Dominique Smith, who along with Johnny Jones was watching the child when the little boy was severely injured.
Serious brain injury is the main concern right now. We don't know exactly how those injuries were caused. We interviewed everybody involved and got kind of some conflicting stories, but none of the stories really were consistent with the type of injuries that the child had.
Police backtracked to this apartment complex where Smith and Brown said they were keeping the child. Child crisis detectives believe something happened here to cause the brain injury. Then the child was given an overdose of cold medicine. They found Jones at this complex and took him in for questioning. More police legwork took them to this house, the home of Keyshawn Brown, the child's mother.
We learned that mom kind of has a history of just kind of leaving the child with whoever she can find, just for days on end. In this case, she just happened to leave it with the wrong couple, I guess.
Police ended up arresting all 3, the mom for child neglect, Jones for neglect, and Smith for neglect and abuse. The child, according to police, will not survive. And according to Tulsa police, the mother told them she last saw her child about 3 weeks ago. Police say that they believe some older children were in the apartment when that abuse happened, and they're hoping to get some information from them about what happened. At the Tulsa County Jail, Emery Bryan, News on 6.
In just the last hour and a half, we learned the Okmulgee County District Attorney determined an officer-involved shooting earlier this month was justified. He says the use of force was necessary. The OSBI says Okmulgee County deputies were attempting an undercover buy of items when Michael Sanchez took off, leading deputies and Okmulgee police on a chase. Police fired shots and hit a passenger in the car, Amanda Morrow, in the neck. A child was also in the car, but that boy was not hurt.
The family of Kelsey Tennant tonight is in shock after she was strangled inside her apartment yesterday. Police say the 19-year-old girl went home for lunch and surprised a burglar, and that burglar killed her. Detectives arrested Greg Epperson. Epperson, I've learned, has been a suspect in 2 other murders, but there wasn't enough evidence against him. Tonight at 6 o'clock, we talk to Kelsey's family about her. We also look at Epperson's previous cases.
A driver in a 707 horsepower high-performance muscle car leads deputies, police, and state troopers on a dangerous high-speed chase through Glenpool, Jenks, Tulsa, and Broken Arrow. We were first told you about this breaking news through our push alert and live from the scene at noon. We have the latest now on the chase and arrest of the driver. That's new at 5. The pursuit started in Okmulgee County when deputies tried to pull over a driver who was passing cars on the shoulder of Highway 75 at speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. It went from Okmulgee County into Tulsa County, then through Glenpool and Jenks.
Made their way down the Creek Turnpike, up 169, down the Broken Arrow, and then we ended up here on the Muskogee Turnpike, just about 3 miles south of Broken Arrow.
The driver was in this Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat with a 707 horsepower engine. It's able to go from 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. Troopers put out stop sticks, causing the driver to run off the turnpike.
He decided that the pursuit wasn't over for him, so he came back up on the roadway and clipped the back of this car.
The car he hit belongs to Gene Williams.
Knocked me quite a ways.
Williams was on his way from Tulsa to Fort Smith when he pulled over after seeing all the state troopers in his rearview mirror.
And about the time I pulled over, I saw a red car going off in the ditch, and then he came up and hit me.
The driver of the Dodge Charger, Terry Joyner, was taken to a hospital to be checked out. He'll be booked into the Wagner County Jail. Thankfully, Williams wasn't hurt.
Shook me up. I'm glad I'm able to stand here and talk to you. Glad we got him off the road.
Troopers took a woman who was a passenger in the Dodge into custody. They say the same driver is suspected in at least one other police pursuit this week, where the driver got away from police.
Tulsa police are looking this evening for a man suspected of trafficking in illegal drugs. So if you have information about the whereabouts of Damian Lundy, call Crime Stoppers at 918-596-COPS. Well, a Mays County man will not be able to use the stand your ground law as a defense for shooting a teenager during a New Year's Eve prank.
The prior man shot the 14-year-old boy last year and said it was justified. News on 6 reporter Taylor Newcomb is on the story. Taylor?
Craig and Lori, the DA tells me he supports people's rights to defend themselves from a deadly threat, but says that's not what happened in this case.
I wasn't trying to break in your house.
Oklahoma's Stand Your Ground law says you have the right to protect yourself or your family if you believe a life is threatened.
We take stand your ground immunity very seriously, something that we strongly believe in.
Derek Morgan tried to use the Stand Your Ground law as a defense after he shot and critically wounded a 14-year-old boy in Pryor on New Year's Day last year. The DA says the boy was 85 feet away when he was shot in the back.
Nothing, sir. We were standing there.
So this shooting doesn't qualify.
If there's no threat to you, then you don't have immunity.
Stand your ground does not apply if the person isn't threatening you. For the law to protect you, you have to be in fear for your life. Under those circumstances, Ballard supports people protecting themselves.
I just want people to know that that this office and I personally do support the ability to defend yourself in your home. I think that's absolutely critical, and if that's the case, someone's breaking into your home, you do have the right to use deadly force and know that you'll be supported in that.
With the judge's decision, the prosecution of Morgan for assault and battery with a deadly weapon will move forward. I also talked to Morgan's defense attorney today. He didn't have much to say. He says the judge's decision speaks for itself. Taylor Newcomb, News on 6.
Well, technology is the latest ally in the battle against the bulge. A new app tricks your mind into losing weight. We're going to show you how.
Plus, the new addition to the Gathering Place that's set to bring dozens of people to an underground hideaway.
And the Muskogee Creek Nation is renovating the old council house, restoring a huge part of the tribe's history.
From the second your alarm goes off, 6 in the morning alerts are waiting to get your day started.
By your first cup of coffee, you'll see breaking news.
Elaborate burglary.
Live reports from the top breaking news team.
More than 60 vehicles have windows that have been shot out.
Plus, any important stories from around green country.
When you're ready to get dressed, you'll know what the weather's going to do hour by hour. So you and your kids will be prepared all day long.
Before you hit the door, we'll help you find the fastest route.
Back up here on 81st.
No one wakes up your day like 6 in the morning.
Spring is finally here. Time to find the perfect Honda to take your family out on the open road. Whether that's in the Accord or the Odyssey with an available built-in Honda vac. So hurry in to the Honda Dream Garage sales event.
Test drive the Odyssey or the Accord, the best-selling vehicles in their class.
Awesome, man. Every shake half price after 8.
Yeah, man, even this ice cream slush. It's so cool. Looks like a lot of people got the memo.
Why didn't I get one? Oh, is it because I don't have one of them fancy printer phones?
A fax machine?
I don't know, man. I can't keep up with this technology.
TJ, you have a smartphone.
Yeah, and I use it every day, and it hasn't made me any smarter.
But that's a cherry stem. Cherry stem.
And my straw's broken.
Did you get the memo? Shakes and new ice cream slushes are half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Get to Nissan now and save on a lineup with intelligent safety features and America's best truck warranty. Take on the everyday with 6 2017 IIHS top safety picks. It's clear why we're America's fastest growing auto brand. Get to Nissan now for 0% financing for up to 72 months on the 2017 Rogue, or save up to $87.90 on Titan.
I'm Nita, and I was a stroke patient at Hillcrest.
I was looking at her and I said I could see death in her eyes. And as soon as she hit the door, the Hillcrest guys were on it. They automatically know what to look for, how to heal it, how to fix it in the shortest period of time. We thank Hillcrest because they gave you back to us. It has changed our lives dramatically.
Medical Minute, sponsored by Hillcrest Healthcare System.
A major renovation is happening at the historic Muskogee Creek Nation Council House in Okmulgee.
The tribe will spend more than $2 million on the project. The Creek Council House was the tribe's seat of government from 1878 to 1906, and the tribe wants to recreate what the council house once looked like.
We'll also be talking about some of the historic events that were that the Creek Nation had to address during that time.
A renovation should be finished by next year. The Muskogee Creek Nation will once again use various rooms for tribal governmental meetings. Well, Travis tells us the sunshine won't stick around for long on our Osage Casino Skycam network. It's awfully hazy out this evening. That's mostly because of all the wildfires in our area. Travis will have more on that, plus he'll let us know when we have a chance for rain.
But first, we're going to give you an inside look at one of the new underground additions coming to Tulsa's Gathering Place Park.
News on 6 is brought to you by Contour from Cox. Control your TV experience.
The incentives are always huge during Toyota's nationwide sales event. Hurry, take advantage of giant store-wide savings on every new Toyota at Jim Norton Toyota. Get huge discounts plus a $2,750 rebate on Tundra. Get a $2,000 rebate on RAV4 or get 0% plus huge discounts. You get both. And you always get a lifetime engine warranty at no extra charge at Jim Norton Toyota, 9809 South Memorial, where T-Town gets Toyota.
Do you feel like winning $1 million? Come play $1 Million Madness at Hard Rock Casino Tulsa every day in March. Earn entries daily for your chance to win prizes and $1 million in cash. $1 Million Madness in the Grand Lobby every day in March from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. See Rewards Club for full rules and details. You should be here.
With this level of intelligence, it's a supercomputer. With this grade of protection, it's a fortress. And with this standard of luxury, it's an oasis. The 2017 E-Class. It's everything you need it to be, and more. Lease the E300 for $549 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
I was scared to go back to the dentist because I hadn't been in for a while. But they cut me some slack when they saw all this plaque, and they didn't make fun of my smile. I don't have insurance, but they didn't mind, which I thought was a setup for robbing me blind. But I financed my teeth, this toothpaste was free, and the numbing stuff really worked wonders on me.
No insurance with a free new patient exam and x-rays plus 20% off. Dentistry's simply easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
3 words you'll probably remember. That'll do it. What you might not know is it's much more than just a catchphrase. It's a 40-year commitment to you. It's redefining the car buying experience. It's exceptional customer service and the best price on every vehicle every day. Taking care of you. That's the meaning of That'll Do It. Jim Glover Chevrolet on the river, I-44 in the Arkansas River, or shop us online at jimgloverontheriver.com.
Travis Meyer and his team are ready to help you prepare for severe weather.
Pairing up everything it hits.
Meet our new meteorologist and say farewell to Dick Farrow. Watch Ahead of the Storm, Monday, March 27th at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Flat Safe Tornado Shelters and News on 6.
Raising a child is more complicated than ever. How do we keep up with so much information and misinformation? I'm Terry Hood. Let's look at children's issues together to help you make the right choices.
Terry Hood, only on News on 6.
A new feature at the Gathering Place hasn't had much attention. It's a collection of 100 concrete chairs. Well, what makes them different is that the tops will be at ground level, creating a circle where people face each other and can hear each other too.
Kind of an underground little grotto, mini grotto, where it's kind of circular in shape, where people can sit in and talk. It's really kind of neat. You're shoulder to shoulder and you're kind of all together.
6 large towers will be moving to the Gathering Place tomorrow. They were built in Germany, and they're going to move from an East Tulsa warehouse across Tulsa. The move starts tomorrow morning at 9, and a map of the route is online at News on 6. We'll have coverage, of course, online tomorrow morning.
In this evening's Medical Minute, a British psychologist believes she's found an app that tricks the mind into helping you lose weight. It looks like a game where healthy foods have a green circle and unhealthy habits are surrounded by red. A person taps the green circles to earn points and tries to avoid moving a phone at all when there is something red on the screen. The psychologist says people who play this game regularly are adopting better habits without realizing it, and they're losing weight within about 2 weeks. For the latest medical stories, check out newson6.com/medical minute.
Well, that might be amazing, but I tell you, cold front's coming in. That's been a kind of a big difference between the amazing hot weather of yesterday in low 90s and what we witnessed today. And we are now, in fact, we had top of our newscast talking about some unhealthy air in Tulsa. The good news is cold fronts moved through, knocking all the really nasty, smoky stuff back to the south and west. This is the boundary right now, and you can see it's kind of jamming up across areas from southern Creek County and southern Tulsa County, and then extending on over into portions of Cherokee County. Northeast winds are coming in strong, 20 to 31 miles per hour. That's a problem because even though the humidity values are down a little bit in these areas, and to the south is where it's a lot warmer and humidity values are a little bit lower, we still have the fire danger going on. Tomorrow, though, the good news is we should have drizzle, high humidity, and take a break. Hopefully. Thursday's a quick bump back up for a while with gusty winds out of the southeast, warming up pretty quick. Another round of rain or showers or storms possible on Friday. Timing of that is yet to be determined. Then Saturday goes back up. A couple of interesting things on the visible satellite picture. You can see a smoke plume south of McAllister, so you can see those clouds moving through, but I want you to see that little smoke right there, that plume going up. And then also the one that's in Okmulgee County right there, that was a smoke plume, and I'll put my finger right there one more time so you can see it right there, and that's going different direction than clouds, but we're getting more clouds coming in. That's associated with an upper level disturbance and cold front coming across here. Most of the energy started in southern Missouri with severe weather this morning, and then through the afternoon it's pushed to northern portions of Alabama and Georgia. We have one severe storm in West Texas, and then we have Friday's storm system that's going to affect us coming in out there. There's briefly red just south of San Francisco. They had a brief tornado warning out there in the valley. Now, as far as what's happening with us, winds have switched around to the northeast. Humidities are higher, isn't stopping, obviously, some fires going on, but the breeze is getting cooler. So instead of turning the air conditioner on, it's probably might be turning the heater on tomorrow. 75 degrees, north wind at 15, gusting to 28, 50% humidity. Pressure is falling at this time. And if you're sneezing or sniffling, it might not be the smoke that we were talking about earlier. It could be actually the tree pollen. That is going wild. Trees are saying, okay, it's spring. Grass is starting to show up. Mold was in the low category, but it sure felt like it was almost moderate in my head today. We're looking at the coolest weather to the northeast. Look at the 64 coming in Grove, Veneta, and also Coffeyville. To the south, we're at 85 McAllister. And we talked about this last night. That front was going to make a difference, and it's starting to make that difference and push. So it's going to be chilly tonight, and we'll see an increasing chance of some light drizzle toward morning across the area. Notice our temperatures in the 40s to low 50s. If you're down around McAllister, you're not into that real cold air yet. And during the day tomorrow, drizzle, sprinkles, clouds, cool, chilly. I guess you say chilly compared to 92 of yesterday. We'll generally stay in the upper 50s and low 60s, and we'll have a very chilly northeast-east wind. Now, as we extend the forecast out, we're looking for Thursday itself to be okay, but we're looking at a chance of severe weather coming in by the time we get into Friday. Some of those storms could be pretty intense by Friday afternoon. Large hail and damaging winds. We'll be talking about that at 6. Forecast tonight, 60 degrees, and by the time we get on into the morning hours, chance of spotty showers around. Sprinkles or showers during the day tomorrow much cooler jacket weather across the area. We get a big bump here on Thursday, as you can see. That's followed by severe weather or rain on Friday, ending on Saturday. It's still a slight chance coming back Sunday, so it does get warmer. That is a look at your 7-day planner. We will be right back.
It's time to get your AC tuned up with Airco's trouble-free guarantee. For only $99. If your system breaks down this season, this tune-up's on us. Call Airco Service, the company you know.
Wow, that's a Chevy?
The most awarded lineup in the industry has people at a loss for words. Well, almost.
Wow,
are you kidding me?
Wow, this is it.
Oh, wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Experience the wow factor. Take home an award-winning Chevy today.
Qualified lessees can get this Chevy Traverse for around $269 a month. Plus, current select competitive lessees get an additional $3,000 competitive lease cash. Chevy drives Oklahoma. Find new roads.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment is the #1 selling brand in America, and the new Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Right now, you can pick fuel or battery at a great price with trimmers starting at just $129.99. Plus, get the ultimate combination of power and features with the new RMA 510 battery-powered lawnmower. Yours for $549.99. Pick your power, then pick up a Steel. Visit SteelDealers.com.
You can drive a truck, or you can team up with one. The 2017 Nissan Titan. Go the extra mile in a truck that has better acceleration, handling, and braking than Ford F-150. Take on any job. The newly redesigned family of Titans, featuring America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Get to your local Nissan store today, and with the Chrome package, save up to $87.90 on the 2017 Titan.
Because practice pays off. Because it's better to give than to receive. Because there's no place like home. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money, with innovative services that let you focus on what's most important. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Wow, that's a Chevy?
The most awarded lineup in the industry has people at a loss for words. Well, almost.
Wow,
are you kidding me?
Wow, this is it.
Oh, wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Experience the wow factor. Take home an award-winning Chevy today.
Qualified lessees can get this Chevy Traverse for around $269 a month. Plus, current select competitive lessees get an additional $3,000 competitive lease cash. Chevy drives Oklahoma. Find new roads.
Looking to replace your heating and cooling system? You need a company you can trust. Improve the efficiency of your home with a new comfort system and receive 0% financing for 72 months. Airco Service, the company you know.
Spring is just getting started and stormy weather is already in the forecast.
So we hope you will join Chief Meteorologist Travis Meyer and the Oklahoma weather experts Monday night at 7 for a 30-minute special weather show as they help you keep ahead of the storm.
A lot of good information jam-packed into that show. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Have a good evening, everybody. Good night.
Nobody will work harder to get you the deal of a lifetime than the all-new Jim Norton Chevy in Broken Arrow. Hurry, buy a new 2017 Colorado, just $20,995. Or buy a new 2017 Sonic, just $12,999. Plus, get a lifetime engine warranty and oil changes for life at no extra charge.
Come on, Tulsa. Who does all that?
So hurry to the all-new Jim Norton Chevy.
Jim Norton Chevy.
In Broken Arrow.
It's the spring cleaning sales event at Tulsa Hyundai. Buy a new 2017 Hyundai Sonata or a new 2017 Tucson. It's your choice, only $187 a month. At Tulsa Hyundai, you pick it out and we'll work it out.
What happens when your equipment can't be fixed that same day and it's 100 in the shade or 5 below? Well, call Custom Services Heating and Air, and that's an issue you'll never have because we have ways to cool or heat at least one room in your house while we get the problem fixed. Custom Services Heating and Air. Problem solved.
Get a free furnace with purchase of qualifying Train equipment, plus 0% APR for 72 months with equal monthly payments. See Custom Services for details. It's hard to stop a train.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade.
Get 17% below MSRP on select Sierra 1500 Crew Cab vehicles in stock. That's nearly $9,200 on this Sierra.
See your Oklahoma GMC team.
Need glasses now? We have a lens lab in every store and can make them for you in as little as 30 minutes.
Right now, get 2 pairs for $38.71 or 2 pairs progressive for $76.92 at iMart Express.
Right glasses,
Right price.
right now.
Glover Madness is back at Jim Glover Nissan. Right now, get 0% for 72 months plus no payments for 90 days on multiple Nissan models. And don't miss your chance to shoot for your tag and tax. You can buy a brand new Sentra for only $13,999 or just $139 a month. Or take home the top safety pick Murano or Pathfinder, your choice, for only $25,999. Jim Glover Nissan, Tulsa's only Nissan dealer with free oil changes for life on every new vehicle purchase.
The ban expands. Britain joins the U.S. in banning laptops and other electronics on some flights in response to a terror threat. Also tonight, a ruling from the Supreme Court nominee.
Nobody is above the law in this country, and that includes the President of the United States.
The president takes the battle for his health care bill to the Capitol.
President Trump was here to do what he does best, and that is to close the deal.
While his daughter takes an office in the White House. And rescue dogs.
What would have happened to him had you not taken him in?
Paying back the kindness.
This is the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley.
Today, the United States and Britain announced new restrictions aimed at heading off a terror attack aboard an incoming jetliner. Electronic devices larger than a cell phone cannot be carried into the cabin. That means that laptops and tablets must be checked. But for the U.S., this ban affects only foreign airlines arriving from 8 mostly Muslim countries. And for Britain, foreign and British airlines arriving from 6 mostly Muslim countries. Jim Axelrod now on what's behind all this.
A U.S. official tells CBS News the electronics ban is designed to avoid a repeat of scenes like this one in Somalia 13 months ago, when a bomber detonated a laptop packed with explosives just after takeoff. Miraculously, the pilot was able to land, and only the bomber was killed. Analysts are now convinced Al-Qaeda has developed the capacity to hide explosives within batteries of the size used in